bonjour, what is it, welcome back to another video. So this was actually supposed to go up yesterday, but it didn't because I couldn't film anything yesterday because it was so dark and gloomy and the lights I had just wouldn't cut it. So I'm sorry this is a day late, but it's here finally. And that is the review for Supernatural's 300th episode. Also, if the lighting keeps going like this, it's because I am dealing with natural lighting and I'm in the north of England, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. So, but see, this is the lighting I like. And it's gone again. Okay, I'm gonna stop focusing on the lighting and hopefully my camera can continue to focus on me and we can continue on with this review. So one of the first things I've got to say about this is that it was great. It was a good episode of Supernatural. It was a heartwarming episode of Supernatural. Like, it wasn't... Usually when they do like special episodes or celebratory episodes like Scooby-Natural, or I think it was the 200th episode when they did Supernatural the musical and stuff like that. Those were, the Supernatural musical was funny and Scooby-Natural was like a specialised animated version and stuff like that. But this seemed a bit more, it was a lot more serious, I suppose. There was no like, I teared up a little bit at the end, not gonna lie, but obviously it brought the Winchester family reunion to light, and I did think it was going to involve more previous actors, like actors that were in the show in earlier seasons, but I mean it did. I mean, it had Zachariah in it, John Winchester, obviously had Mary Winchester in it, and stuff like that, so it did have a couple of other actors, but not as many as I thought there was going to be. So obviously the reunion was the main aspect of this episode. Obviously John Winchester is looking a lot older than he did in the first couple of seasons. But you know me, I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan to pieces. He is an amazing actor. I didn't used to like John Winchester's character, but he's sort of grown, and what made me tear up the most, and this is not the bit that really should have made me like cry, but it did, and it was the fact that he told Dean that he was proud of him. I'm like, Dean has literally been waiting to hear that his entire life, and he finally hears it, and I was just so emotional for Dean, and then Sam hears it and I was so emotional for Sam, and I'm like, this is character development and growth, and they can be happy now. And yeah, I mean, poor Mary as well. I mean, for once I'm actually feeling a bit of sympathy for her. I mean, she gets the love of her life back and then he has to go away again, otherwise they're stuck in this dodgy loop, this dodgy universe. And yeah, I mean, Cass is gone back to a fearless angel of the Lord, and which actually shows how much Castiel has grown over the seasons, because obviously that's what he was like in season 4. He was a douchebag, kind of like, yeah, he didn't really understand human ways, and he was a soldier. That's what he was. And then obviously Sam and Dean, and just through being on Earth for so long, Castiel has grown to be more human, and he's learned about human ways. And yeah, it just shows how in all these years, in 14 years, nearly 15 years of a TV show, well, actually came in season 4, didn't he? But that's a lot of seasons for a character to grow, and you can see it, especially because they were doing obviously like alternate universes where Cass didn't meet the boys, and it just shows how much that they have all grown together and learnt together, and it was just so emotional. And I can imagine for other fans it was so emotional, and it was just the fact that it was sort of like a happy ending episode type thing, and then obviously it's sort of reverted back to how it was the episode before, because obviously everything had to go back. But it was sweet, it was heartwarming. It didn't make you want to rip your guts out or rip your own heart out with the feels like a lot of Supernatural episodes do, or make you nervous for who's going to die next. But it was cute, and the ending was so ow. To be fair, that did make me want to rip my own guts out, because I mean, where John wakes up from his dream and he talks to young Dean obviously on the phone, and he's like, oh, I had an amazing dream, and I was like, no, you can't do that to me. Yeah, so I was pretty emotional, and it was just so good though. If you're a fan of Supernatural, it's beautiful. It was a beautiful episode, is the only way I can think to describe it. There wasn't really anything wrong with this episode, which is quite surprising, because recently there's been a little something dodgy with most Supernatural episodes recently. I'm not saying like major dodgy, but some things just like, really. But yeah, so it was cute. It was beautiful, it was feels worthy, And yeah, it was a cute Winchester family reunion. Dean, oh, just Dean's face through it all. I mean, Jensen Ackles, props to him. That was amazing acting. But just his face through it, was like we went back to the first season when he's trying to impress his dad. Obviously, his dad's proud of him and they've gone through so much. And I'm just like... And the thing is, we've obviously gone through this journey with them in all these seasons. But John Winchester, like, Jeffrey Dean Morgan technically hasn't. And that John Winchester hasn't. So, like, just imagine hearing all of that. Like, if someone is trying to describe Supernatural to you and they tell you everything that's happened, you'd be like, what? He took it very well. I am quite surprised. He took it very, very well. But this was a very good 300th episode. As good as it was, I don't know why I expected it to be a lot more dramatic. Because with it being a 300th episode celebration, I expected more dramatic, but then I'm kind of glad it wasn't, because it was a nice, sweet interval with the Winchester family reunion, which obviously we've all been waiting for ages when we got Mary back. So, yeah, that was great. It was cute. Watch it if you haven't watched it. That's for me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to hit a thumbs up down below. It'd be greatly appreciated. Hit the big red subscribe button if you're not subscribed to my wonderful magical internet family already. I make videos pretty much every single day except Sundays. And all of my social media will be linked down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.